Good morning and welcome to Crawl or No Crawl. Today is March 11th. Yes. And today is a test day. It's so exciting. And once again, I have a situation where the page published and the system indicated that Googlebot had come, and I have searched through the logs and I cannot find it. So I think it has something to do with the when you schedule a WordPress page. So what I'm going to do is test for next week. I'm just going to put the new content in and then just publish it as early as I can in the morning. I think that might be it, but we'll see, right? Okay. how how uh, how how well does my tinfoil hat work this morning? We'll see. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and show you the Google index project. Okay, so this is where I log all the data. If you're a regular viewer, you've seen this a lot. You see here today is a test day. I wasn't expecting this to be as low as 5.3. I thought we might like have something crazy, and I know I wasn't alone when I thought that. So yes, so the page published 7:45, which was the same as the request time. And the first Googlebot was recorded by the simple Googlebot plugin and Search Console. Now, if you've been following me, you know that I'm not a fan of submitting new content through Search Console. And there's a reason for that. And you should watch. I break it all down on this week's SEO Fight Club for indexation. It's episode 146. I'll put the link in the description, but if you want the details. But basically, I use Search Console, but I do not use it to request new content to be indexed. Now, the other thing interesting, other than because I did not, like I say, I did not see a render crawl of the test page by either Google or Bing. Not surprising, right? Because I think, they do come back, but I did see some very cool things. Now, also note that after not reading the sitemap for a long time, the sitemap was updated. Now, again, remember, every time that we can see stuff, Google likes to shove like 2 days delay in it. So we're never going to be, let's say, for example, on March 11th and see the date the sitemap was updated to also be the same as the calendar, March 11th. The earliest we'd ever see it would be 2 days prior. So March 11th means the most recent update you're going to see in Search Console is going to be 3.9. Now the coverage remains the same. So the sitemap and coverage, whenever they get updated, they will always be 2 days behind the calendar. All right, kind of like Google Analytics. So I think it's a theme. All right, so crawl or no crawl? I think I said they don't, or they didn't. One of the things that I saw, Google had 18 bots, Bing had 58. And finally, there was a return of the Bing preview. And I will say that primarily, let's see, the Google is only taking robots text files, and today is feed day for the Google bot. So if you have any kind of feed on your site, chances are if you were going in your logs, you might see the same thing that I've been seeing over a couple of sets of log server records. Now for Bing, let's see. Yes, discovery crawls. So this is the first today. In fact, I have to update this, I guess. Bing did a full render recall today on Wednesday's test page. So I'll put today's date in there. And so that was the first day. It was not the date it was published. It would be later. Now, let's see what else. Oh, yes, when I saw this a couple of times for the, it was one time as a discovery and one time as a refresh, that bingbot crawled the HTML of the page. And then they sent Bing Preview to crawl all the pieces. Remember, Bing Preview is like my favorite one, and we haven't had a lot of that this week. that yesterday there was one, but it had been like 6 days, almost a week without using Bing Preview. So yay, Bing Preview's back. All right, so that's it for today. Remember to subscribe so you're the first to know about this. And I've also, if you're a sponsor of Confessions of an SEO, you're going to get a heads up on this information before anybody else does. So, so thank you to the sponsors of Confessions of an SEO. And if you are wondering, there's a new episode that dropped this morning at 8. It was basically SEO on my brain, specifically the dopamine effect. Are we, is there such a thing as an SEO addict? All right. Talk to you later. Thanks. Bye-bye.